welcome to A Blast from the Past. And tonight I want to talk about my first Goldwing and my first new Goldwing. This was my first Goldwing. It was a lifetime ambition. I remember going to Buckhaven as a youngster and standing beside Davy Grieve, who had a dealership there, and he had a GL 1000, and I was just, in love with the bike, and swore that one day, just like in Only Fools and Horses, Rodney, one day we'll be a millionaire. I always swore that one day I'd have a Goldwing. And that day did come. Sadly, it came at the back of my mother dying, and she left me some money, and I had a ZX9R at the time. And combining the two together, I went to Just Wings down by Wigan, and I bought this Goldwing. And for 2 years, it was an amazing thing to have and own, and it was a dream come true. I'd never had anything like this, never had the money to have anything like this. But the old story that you should never meet your heroes was true in this case. I fell out of love with the bike, and I sold it. And a guy drove all the way up from Wales in a massive, huge camper van, pulling a big trailer, and came up and bought it and drove it all the way back to Wales. And that was, as I felt, the end of any Goldwing ambitions until 2020, when this happened. This was my new Goldwing getting loaded off the truck in Two Wheels, Edinburgh. And I went along for the day. I knew it was coming in, so I went along to see it getting taken off the truck. Everybody's hat was in their mouth at this point. You've got to take your hat off to these drivers. It was looking a little bit precarious. You can watch it now.
Trophy, eh? That looks trophy. Yeah. I might be buying that one. I just keep recording it though,
You see, everybody was expecting maybe the worst to happen, but this guy obviously had seen this a million times and knew what he was doing. So all things led to this eventually, another Goldwing. So this is me setting off with my dealers on the day that I bought it. The weather wasn't that great, it was very windy, I didn't have a very good mic set up. But at least it was the day that I took the bike away. Now, quite briskly, because I looked in my mirror and I could see there was an ambulance coming up on my rear end. So basically I was just trying to get myself out the way. You'll hear the siren just very, very shortly. So here I am, my new Goldwing. The rain just starting to come on. went for it in the blue, and I really quite like it in the blue, I have to say. Immediately, of course, I'm well used to the DCT. It's a transmission I really do enjoy. I've been riding DCT really since 2016. It's just fantastic. Right away I can feel the heated grips, I can feel the heated seat. The grips on the cross tour were terrible. I can feel these right through my gloves, no problem. I'm sure they're going to get a bit too hot. Actually, I'm beginning to feel a bit too hot. So I haven't got time to go over any of the controls. I need to suss them out really in my own time, but of course everything's at hand. I guess I'll be doing a lot of comparisons with it being a pan, you know, compare it up against the pans that I've had, because I think it offers an awful lot of the same things, you know. As you can see, the suspension's working away with the linkages, but the bike is just stable as anything. And I don't feel like I've walked or sat on a giant cruiser. It's a big bike. It's obviously not as big as the 5th generation, but you know, I'm going to say it, and people will say, aye, I told you. But it does feel more like what I would have expected the next pan to be, rather than the Goldwing. It is still a Goldwing, of course it is, but you know, it's, you know, maybe Honda decided that they were going to meld the two bikes together and come up with something that was a reasonable size, but had all the trickery and technology that the Goldwing's got to offer. Which is fair enough, I think. Personally, for my own profile, that suits me absolutely perfect. I might be lucky, and I'm only going to have a little spit of rain, which I'm not too worried about. Just the roads are quite dry, so it's not going to get all covered underneath. It is only water. Well, there we go, no problem at all. The other camera's gone off, so I'm just going to change the battery on it. Luckily the one on my chest is still working. A brand new 2020 Goldwing. Luckily I've got a wee break in the weather, so other than a wee spit of rain I've been quite lucky really. Size of that rear tyre. Fantastic. Fantastic. Anyway, let's get it back. That wasn't too bad.